Hi, everyone, and welcome to this webinar jointly presented by the Bethlehem Co-op Market and the Bethlehem Area Public Library. We've had this partnership for 4 years, and we've presented quite a few really very interesting and very popular webinars. So just as a note, these will be recorded and they'll be available on the library's YouTube channel and also on the co-op's website page. My name is Carol Burns. I'm a member owner of the Bethlehem Co-op Market, and I also serve on our MOVE committee, which stands for Membership Outreach, Volunteers, Events, and Education, which is what this program is part of that initiative. So this evening, we're really excited to welcome one of our partners, Lisa Pammer, who's with Green Pond Packaging, and I'm going to let her introduce herself. Our format for tonight will be Lisa will present her program, and then at the end we can take questions. You can either raise your hand digitally with the little hand at the bottom or a hand wave. We'll try to watch for that, or you can put your questions in the chat and we'll handle them that way. So I'm going to stop talking and turn it over to Lisa.
Hi, good evening, everyone. As Carol said, I'm Lisa Pammer. I am the founder of Green Pond Packaging. And I just want to thank Carol and Matt for inviting me to present during their webinar series. So thank you, and I'm excited to be here. If you don't know much about Green Pond Packaging, I am a locally based distributor of compostable plant-based products for the food service industry. Everything that I carry is, kind of better for the environment, is all plastic free and contains no PFAS. Tonight, I'll be going through and talking about talking about plastics, recycling, and we'll explore alternatives for a more sustainable home. So there we go. Before we get into plastic alternatives, I want to take a few moments to talk about plastic statistics. Some of these may not be new to you, but those who are hearing it for the first time. You might be surprised at how staggering some of these numbers are. 367 million metric tons of plastic was made in 2020 worldwide. And 42% of that plastic is used for single-use plastic packaging today. Now, the US has a plastic recycling rate of about 5%, the worst of all developed countries regarding plastic recycling. This dropped from 8.7% in 2018 when imports to China were still accepted. And were counted as recyclable items. 33 billion pounds of plastic enter the ocean each year. And by 2025, experts predict that there will be 1 pound of plastic in the ocean for every 3 pounds of fish. Just to make sure we're, this may be a little refresher as well. I wanted to talk about the different types of plastic that are out there. These are the common recycling symbols based on a resin identification code. Number 1 is PET, which is polyethylene. This is the most common plastic in the world and is valued for its lightweight yet strong structure. You can find this in your water bottles, your soda bottles, your peanut butter jars, and this is very highly accepted by your curbside recycle pickup. About 15% of this plastic is recyclable. So you see this number 1, definitely throw that into your recycle bin. Number two is HDPE, which is high density polyethylene. This is known for its durability and its resistance to chemicals. Oops. Oh dear. Yeah. This is strong, but also lightweight. This is a little heavy duty and is used for laundry detergent, shampoo bottles, conditioner bottles. 10% of this is generally recycled in the US. So this is also something you see, you can throw this into your recycle bin. Moving on to item number three, which is PVC, which is your polyvinyl chloride. This is both a rigid and or flexible product and generally can be found in your plumbing pipes, vinyl flooring, your light switch plates, and many other items. Now, this one, many recycling programs will not accept PVC because if it is processed improperly, it can really release very harmful toxic chemicals. So this is something that you would not throw into your recycle bin. Number four is LDPE, which is a low density polyethylene. This is soft and flexible, often used for the single-use packaging and thin films. A common example of this is your grocery bags. However, this is not widely accepted in curbside programs, so very little of this is recycled in the US. There are some programs that you may find at your grocery store where they do collect these bags and get them to the proper recycling facility. So if you do wind up having these bags, collect them, drop them off at your local stores. Number five is polypropylene, which is a strong and heat-resistant plastic, making it a favorite for food containers and medical products. Again, it's a very durable type of process. It can, a very durable type of plastic. It can withstand high temperatures, but again, very little of this is recycled. And given that it is associated with food, some of this gets highly contaminated and can be more difficult to go through the process. Number six is the styrofoam, which is I think we're all familiar that eggs, takeout containers. Again, this is not recyclable, so this would not go into your bins. And then seven is everything else, which can vary depending on the municipality and the recycling center taking your products. Most of these would not go in your bins either. Here, next, I wanted to talk a little bit about how plastics are made. Since, this is an educational program, wanted to kind of go through the types of plastics, how they are made and how they are recycled before we get into some alternatives. So I have a quick video for you to watch, and we'll just jump over to that real quick. This is by National Geographic.
Lisa, is there supposed to be audio?
Yes, you can hear the audio.
No.
Oh, oh,
Could you hit the closed caption? Maybe that'll pick up the words at least.
okay. See. Oh, here I found that. Okay.
Okay.
Right, now we know a little bit about how they're made. Let's talk about what really happens in the recycling process. So once you place your plastics into the recycling bin, it's collected by your municipal curbside programs and transported to a material recovery facility. At the facility, the plastic undergoes a sorting process to separate recyclable materials from contaminants and non-recyclable items. This step can involve manual labor, or it can use advanced technologies like optical scanners, which can identify the different types of plastic based on their resin identification codes. After the sorting, they are cleaned to remove any contaminants, such as adhesives and food residue. And this step, has an environmental impact because there is a lot of water and energy used for the cleaning and washing process. So there is concern over that step there. After it is cleaned, the plastics are shredded into smaller pieces known as flakes or pellets. Shredding reduces the size of the plastic, making it easier to handle and store. And then the final stage, those shredded plastic is melted down and reshaped into small pellets called resin or plastic resin. Now, plastic, as you know, never really truly goes away. There are many. What are microplastics? Microplastics are the tiny bits of plastic piece, less than 5 millimeters in diameter. That can take hundreds or thousands of years to decompose. They're polluting everything. They can be found in the clouds, air, water, soil, sand, and our organs and bodies and blood. There are a lot of statistics around these microplastics that are very alarming to our bodies and our health. So what can be done about this? There are advancements in packaging technology that continue to drive innovation with new materials and designed to improve sustainability and reduce the environmental impact. We're going to go through a few of those. So cornstarch is one of those materials that is a great alternative to styrofoam. It's often used to manufacture cups, bags, trays. It's considered a renewable resource because it is growing every 12 to 14 months and can be harvested. It is an emerging bioplastic. It's used in the formation of a polylactic acid, or PLA, which is used to create utensils, cups, clamshell takeout containers, which you'll see in a little bit. Cornstarch has several advantages. It is affordable. It is readily available as a regenerative resource. It is biodegradable and compostable, and given the right manufacturing process, contains no harmful chemicals. Another material that is being substituted for plastic is bamboo. It is one of the fastest woody growing plants in the world, growing every 3 to 5 years. It is biodegradable and compostable. Its strength and flexibility make it a very attractive and sustainable material for not only packaging, but you're going to see this in housing and flooring and many other applications as this evolves. And it releases 35% more oxygen into the atmosphere when growing than the same volume of trees. So another benefit, adding additional oxygen to our air. PHA is an emerging class of bioplastics. It's naturally occurring material. It's derived from vegetable oil, and it will naturally break down into CO2 and H2O. Hemp packaging is on the horizon and in its infancy. Hemp has the potential to grow with a short decomposition period, and it's easily recyclable. Seaweed also is an emerging form of replacing plastic. I do have another video here for everybody. I give it a try. This one we don't need to hear too much versus just kind of see what's going on, but I will add the closed captions to this one as well. This one's a little shorter, but there's a really innovative company in the UK that is using seaweed to make little cachets. And this one's a lot of fun to watch. Let me just flip over to that real quick. Try something to get to it. I always enjoy watching that video. So I tend to share it a lot. But given the shelf life of that product, it's not really here in the US at the moment. But we may see that, going in the future. And then there's other products such as avocado seeds and coconut husk pallets and mushroom-based packaging. And it's interesting to see the shift from where we were originally 3,500 years ago, using plant-based products for plastic, kind of moving back in that direction to plant-based products again. These are some plastic-free options that I wanted to show you and share with you. These are cups made from the PLA that I talked about earlier. It's the corn resin, 100% compostable product. It's light and as strong as plastic, and can be freezer safe. Clamshells containers are available as well, made out of corn resin. So, there are options to plastic that kind of look and feel like the traditional plastic, but are plant-based and compostable. There's the ice cream cup that you see there is made out of a bamboo fiber. And it's worth noting, I know I just have the ice cream cup here, but your paper coffee cup that many of us see out there and are using, it's nice that they're no longer styrofoam, but those paper cups can be lined with the waxed coating to keep the temperature consistent. That wax lining still in most cases contain harmful chemicals. So the products that I'm showing you, if it is a coffee cup and it is a bamboo fiber coffee cup, they are lining it with a plant-based lining. So there are no wax linings or chemicals associated with that. Again, some alternatives for your home entertaining. There are palm leaf plates, bamboo plates, there are sugarcane plates. So there's a lot of options, again, that could be alternatives to your styrofoam, your plastic, your nicer china paper plates. And then here, what I'm showing is next to the plates is a straw. There are 500 million plastic straws that are used around the world on a daily basis. Now, these straws are made out of PHA, which is the vegetable oil product that I spoke about earlier. It will naturally break down to CO2 and H2O, and at the end of their life, they will biodegrade in soil, fresh water, or our oceans. So if these straws reach our oceans, they are marine biodegradable. And moving into some everyday items, this one's about plastic bags. So if every person chooses to use a reusable shopping bag for 1 year, it can make a significant difference. Americans use more than 100 billion plastic bags each year. That's an average of 365 bags per person per year. And that's in contrast to people in Denmark who are using only 4 plastic bags per year. So while they are used for an average of 12 minutes, plastic bags have a life expectancy up to 1,000 years. And we all can do better than this. So as you run into your grocery store, take your reusables, and it's not just your grocery store, but it's your Walmart, your Target, the state store has reusable bags. Keep them in your car and take them wherever you go. Encourage others to do the same. And then I wanted to also talk about black plastic a little bit. These are your, I like to call them your Chinese takeout containers. They come with a black plastic, or your cooking utensils, the old black plastic cooking utensils as well. They contain an unregulated amount of toxic chemicals, including heavy metals and flame retardants, which can leach into food and pose hazards to health. They're not recyclable due to their color. And the black is created by adding a substance called carbon black. The carbon black contains numerous compounds that may have carcinogenic properties that have led the International Agency for Cancer Research to classify black carbon as possibly carcinogenic to humans. So here's another takeaway that it is recommended to, do not microwave your food in these black plastic containers. Take them out, microwave preferably in a glass container. So moving on, I pulled together some everyday household plastics that we're using and some alternatives. indulge in a fresh glass of orange juice each morning. So this is more about really talking about be mindful when you go to the grocery store. There are options as opposed to picking up a plastic bottle of orange juice. Consider a frozen concentrate or a freshly squeezed orange juice. When you pick up your milk, maybe consider your paper carton versus the plastic carton. Your condiments, your ketchup comes in a glass jar. So whenever you do have the opportunity, or if you're picking up some produce, there are reusable produce bags available. Throw that in with your reusable bags, and then you have your produce bags and your reusable bags for the grocery store. When storing leftovers, consider aluminum foil. Instead of the single-use plastic. It is recyclable. It's recommended that you clean the aluminum foil and roll it into a ball at least 2 inches in diameter. So you kind of collect your aluminum cycle to create a ball at about 2 inches, which is recommended by the Recycle Nation. And this is to keep it from kind of blowing away. So it's such a lightweight item that a small amount of aluminum foil may just blow away, as opposed to a little larger ball, which you throw into your bin and has a little heavier weight to it. I mean, I think many of us are already using reusable water bottles for outings, and that is becoming more prevalent as we hopefully see more refillable water stations in the future. If you haven't been to a refillery, check out a refillery for bathroom, kitchen, and laundry household items. You can take your own plastic container and they can refill it with your laundry detergent or your soap for your bathroom. Or they also have, your bamboo toothbrushes, reusable dish cloths, toilet paper, and many other items that you can find there, which are just better for the environment and are plant-based and more natural. Skip the straw or bring a reusable option. You can encourage your local eateries to switch to marine biodegradable straws, or offer incentives to customers who bring their own reusable alternatives. Not only are people starting to bring their reusable straws, but there are reusable utensils that are readily available, and some people are even bringing some takeout containers. Upgrade your phone accessories. There are plastic-free and recycled iPhone cases available if you're interested in a new phone case. And then, of course, just another one here, switching to electronic billing versus statements will reduce our reliance on paper, help save trees, and decrease waste. And then if you still have some plastic items in your kitchen, there are alternatives for that too. There are organic bamboo cutting boards, cooking utensils, reusable utensils. So there are some items for your home, that are available for replacing as well. So I think for the call of action today, thank you. I was thinking maybe if each of you would take one plastic item in your kitchen and think about how you may be able to replace that with a plastic-free version. So I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. I look forward to answering any questions you may have, or if you want to share some of your own tips for plastic-free home and more sustainable home options. I'd love to hear those too. I'm sure everybody would. So thank you.
Great. Thank you, Lisa. Gosh, that was both depressing and inspiring.
Yes.
Yeah. So there was one question